back to witches and wizards and magical beasts, goblins and ghosts into magical feasts. It's all that I love and it's all that I need at Hogwarts. Hogwarts, I think we're going back. Ain't no way. Hi everybody, welcome to Geeky TV, and my name is Emma, and it's fandom week over here. Woohoo! My fandom that I'm going to talk about today is a fandom that is very underrated and should deserve an awful lot more respect. It's changed my life, crazily, and that is Team Starkid. Now, what is Team Starkid? Team Starkid is a musical theatre group that was formed in the University of Michigan by a bunch of friends. They did this musical called A Harry Potter Musical, and they put it up on the internet for their friends and family to see back in 2009, and it went viral and it blew up from there. And then it's been going on for 10 years next year, which kind of blows my mind. I've been a fan of Team Starkid since 2011, so I've been there for a fair few of their projects. From my personal favourites from Starkid, my favourite show is Twisted, which is about Jafar and his side of the story when it comes to Aladdin. Basically like Wicked, but I think Twisted is better. And then we have my favourite Starkid is Jeff Blim. I adore Jeff Blim. He is the reason why I bought my Trail to Oregon shirt, which I'm wearing. He's fantastic and I love him so much, and he's great. Yeah. I'll do a full video on him in the next few weeks because I have something planned. And who is most famous from Starkid, I would say, is Darren Criss. Darren Criss is one of the more famous people from Starkid. He played Harry Potter in A Harry Potter Musical, A Harry Potter Sequel, A Harry Potter Senior Year. And he went on and did Glee, and now he's in American Horror Story. He presented Hairspray Live. He's done so much things and he's fantastic, and I love him. I love every member of Team Starkid. I have gone to see Trail to Oregon twice. I live in Ireland. Think of how much that cost. And I went to Elsie Fest. Not last year, but the year before. The first year they did Elsie Fest, and Starkid were there. And I saw them perform live again. And then more recently, I went to G7 in the UK, where I met Joey Richter and Brian Holden, Meredith Stepien, Nick Lang, Jamie Lynn Beatty, Lauren Lopez, Dylan Saunders. I'm probably missing out somebody, but that person as well, and Dominic Barnes from Glee. Actually no, I think it was only 7 Starkids that I met, so that's great. And then I've actually met my favourite Jeff Blim. So what am I doing today? I am going to list my top 5 favourite Starkid songs from all the shows, and I tell you now, I was sitting down yesterday going through every single thing from Starkid, songs from Starkid, and it's just so hard to pick 5. Oh my god. Now, most of them are from Twisted, because I love Twisted. The songs are phenomenal and they're my favourite. And then, because I could, I kind of branched out to Tin Can Brothers as well, which is Joey Richter, Corey Lubowich, and Brian Rosenthal, who are all part of Team Starkid, but they formed up the Tin Can Brothers, and they did a musical called Spies Are Forever. So one of my songs is also from that. Let's just get her rolling, shall we? So the first song, number 5, that's 10. 5 is a song called Status Quo from Starship, and it's sung by Joey Richter, who plays Bug in the show, and he's just gone from being a bug to becoming a human as the Starship Ranger, and he is basically saying no to the status quo. I just love the beat. The opening melody is fantastic. It's written by Darren Criss, by the way, and the opening melody is great, and I just really like that song. I'd love to maybe perform that live if I ever could, because Starkid does have some of these songs that I would not play to my mother. But Status Quo is one of the nicer ones. 4. We have 1001 Nights from Twisted, which is written by AJ Holmes and Kaylee McMahon. AJ Holmes is actually playing Elder Cunningham in Australia right now in the Book of Mormon, and he's doing very well for himself, because if I am correct in saying this, he is the only person to play Elder Cunningham in all of the productions of Book of Mormon that exist. I'm pretty sure he's played it in the West End, he's played it on Broadway, he's played it in Australia, and he's played it somewhere else, I think. I could be wrong about that one. And 1001 Nights is sung by Dylan Saunders and Meredith Stepien, and they are both phenomenal singers. I fell in love with Dylan Saunders as soon as he opened his mouth in a Harry Potter musical. And 1001 Nights is sung by Jafar and his future wife Sherazade, and this is in a flashback before Jasmine was even born and before Aladdin was into this, when he first became the royal vizier, and you get to see how he went on to become the man that he became, basically, and he meets Sherazade, which will become his wife, and it's just a gorgeous love ballad, and I have performed that with a friend, and it's a beautiful lyric song, and one of my favourite lines from it is, 1001 nights with you is not enough to spend, so let's make ours a story with no end. And it just gives me goosebumps whenever I hear the song. It's gorgeous. 3 is Orphaned at 33, which is from Twisted again, and it's sung by Jeff Blim, who once again I said is my favourite Starkid, and it's one of those more comedic songs. In Twisted, Aladdin is performed or written out to be like he doesn't really want Jasmine because he falls in love with her. He just thinks she's hot and he would love to have a little fun with her, and he can, yeah. This is a song that he sings. If you're to watch the movie in Aladdin, it would be where Aladdin and Jasmine go into his place for the first time after she's run away. So it's kind of set in that scene, and they're getting to know each other, and he basically says, there's this line that makes me laugh. They make him out to be a Dumbo, and Jasmine says, it's, of course it's people like you who get the bad end of the stick, and it's all due to our corrupt class system. And Aladdin says, I hate the class system, that's why I said fuck it, I'm never going to school again. And she just falls in love with him, and he says, and she says, old thing, oh yeah, new thing, change scares old people. That's what she says, because she's talking about how everything should change. And he says, grown-ups just don't get us. I mean, you're 16, and I'm, yeah, wow, I'm only 33. That's one of the lines, and it just makes me laugh, and that's the first time I've said it without laughing. And then he starts to sing Orphaned at 33 because his parents had died earlier that year. And it's just one of those funnier songs that I like to listen to, and I have a funny story behind it. Me and Sarah and a few other of our friends will go onto a Google Hangout call or a Messenger call together, and we'll start doing read-throughs of Twisted. And since I adore Jeff, I play Aladdin every time I have the chance. So I sing this song, and every time something happens where I can't sing this song correctly, because they just do something to distract me or make me laugh, and I have yet to be able to sing that song in full without breaking. 2 is a song from Spies Are Forever by the Tin Can Brothers, and it's called Spy Again, and it's sung by the fantastic Curt, who I have the pleasure of being a patron to him and his Patreon for Story Matters, his podcast. Check it out, storymatters.com, storymatterspodcast.com. And his podcast is very good. And I've had the pleasure of speaking to him over Skype a few times, and he's the nicest person I've ever met, and he has helped me with so much. But anyways, Spy Again is sung by Curt, and it's set just after the prologue of the show, after his partner dies. His partner dies in some freak accident, and it's been 4 years, and there's time skip to 4 years later, and he's been asked to come in and be a spy again for this particular mission. And this is him basically saying, yes, I will be a spy again, because Owen, who is his partner, will want me to do that, and I'm going to make him proud, so I'm going to stop being this drunk, and I'm going to be a spy again. And I just adore the lyrics. It's written by Talk Fine, Clark Backstresser, and Pierce Sievers. The last song, number 1, my favourite Starkid song of all time, which is If I Believed. Once again, from Twisted. Sung by Dylan Saunders. And it is set a few minutes after 1001 Nights. And it's basically time skips back, and spoiler alert, Scheherazade is taken by the Sultan, and she dies in childbirth. I know, it's dark. You skip back from that flashback to present time, and Jafar, played by Dylan Saunders, sings If I Believed. So If I Believed in Wishes and all that stuff, just before he goes off to find the lamp. And he's basically singing about Scheherazade and about how she believes in everything he did. And so it's a beautiful song, and it just makes you want to really pity Jafar. This whole show makes you really want to pity Jafar. I can't watch Aladdin the same way now. And Dylan Saunders sings it beautifully. So yeah, there we go. 5 Starkid songs. That's once again 10. That's my top 5 favourite Starkid songs. Other songs that came into the mix would have been Gone to Oregon, which is the opening to Trail to Oregon, written by Jeff Blim, and that's just a fun song to listen to, and it just makes me all boppy and happy. And then When the World's at Stake, as well as the reprise also from Trail to Oregon. Harry from A Harry Potter Musical. There is so many songs. If I were to go through the musicals and pick a favourite song, it would probably be A Harry Potter Musical, would be Harry. Me and My Dick, yeah. Would be probably Heaven on Earth. Starship is Status Quo. Holy Musical, Batman The American Way. A Harry Potter Senior Year would be When I Was. I've skipped a Harry Potter sequel. Oops, I'm sorry. It would be Either To Have a Home or No Way. Twisted, If I Believed. Annie. What's the name of the song? The name of the song. I've forgotten the name of the song. Haunted by a Kiss. That's the name of the song. To Oregon, it would be Gone to Oregon. And then Firebringer, it'd be What If. I urge you guys to check out Starkid. I know I haven't done a very good job promoting them, and I've probably confused you halfway through the video. If you're still here, thank you. I'm sorry for rambling. I'm getting the hang of this whole thing. But please check out Starkid. They're ultra talented and they're very funny. If you know, just bearing in mind that they have a fair few dirty jokes in there, and they curse quite a bit. But so if you're not into that thing, well then you're not into that thing, and there's your warning. But they are fantastic. They are ultra talented. Check out Starkid, and then if you like them, well then Tin Can Bros and Shipwreck Comedy are very good as well. But anyways, that's it from me. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!